Struggling with tight hips? In this video, we'll go through 3 internal and external rotation exercises to help improve your hip mobility. These simple yet powerful stretches will help alleviate tightness, enhance your range of motion, and promote better movement patterns in your daily activities. Perfect for beginners and anyone looking to enhance their flexibility, these exercises can be easily incorporated into your routine. The hip joint, which is called your coxofemoral joint, it's a ball and socket joint where the head of the femur, the thigh bone, fits into the acetabulum. It's a cup-shaped socket, which is your pelvis. This structure allows for a wide range of motion, including flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, and internal and external rotation. The joint is stabilized by strong ligaments, such as your iliofemoral, pubofemoral, and ischiofemoral ligaments, along with surrounding muscles like the gluteals, hip flexors, and adductors. A layer of cartilage cushions the bone, and synovial fluid within the joint helps to reduce friction during movement. For this video, we'll focus on your internal and external rotation of the hip. So external rotation turns the thigh bone away from midline, and internal rotation moves the thigh inwards towards the midline. We should have roughly about 30 to 40 degrees of internal rotation and roughly about 40 to 60 degrees of external rotation of the hip. So why is your hip rotation important? Your hip internal and external rotation is important for joint health and mobility, athletic performance, functional movement and stability, posture and alignment, and last but not least, injury prevention. Weakness and restricted motion in either internal or external rotation can predispose you to injury with your hip, knee, and lower back. People with insufficient hip rotation are higher risk of experiencing strains, tears, or impingement of the hip, as well as compensatory injuries further down the kinetic chain, such as knee or ankle injuries. So let's jump into the 3 exercises. The first exercise we are going to do is a dynamic sit to stand figure 4 stretch. This is one of my favorite ways to open up the hip into external rotation and improve the overall hip mobility. So you don't need really any equipment for this one, but I do suggest if you want a deeper stretch that you hold onto something nice and solid at home, either doorway or countertop. But I will show you how to do this exercise with Adele in the clinic today. I do this exercise actually every single time I'm in the gym, no matter if it's an upper body or lower body day, just because it feels so good and I feel a lot more loose by the end of my training session. So let's jump into it. Using the dowel, I'm gonna cross my right leg over top of my left knee, and my goal here is to increase external rotation of the right hip. So I'm going to extend back and down like I'm gonna sit into a chair, and then slowly coming back up, and then repeating this one nice and slow and controlled. So as you can see, it is nice to hold on to something for support because the goal is not to really work stability with this exercise, it's really to work mobility and flexibility. So I don't want you to have to worry about your balance. So using a counter would be great, or holding onto anything solid in the house. You should feel a stretch in the back of the hip. So on my right side, I feel a nice stretch on the outside of my hip here. So I'll show you from the side, keeping the hips squared. I'm gonna sit back like I'm sitting into a chair. Okay, holding that stretch for a couple of seconds, and then coming back up, and then coming back down. Good, trying to breathe at the same time when you're doing this one, don't hold your breath. And then coming back up, okay? Great exercise for external rotation of the hip. Do 2 to 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps, or if you're gonna do this before any training activity, I suggest you just do 10 to 20 repetitions, and then you're good to go. This second exercise that we're gonna do today is an osteopathic functional normalization of the hip in internal and external rotation. It's actually created by Dr. William Sutherland, and I can guarantee if you've never seen an osteopath before, you've probably never seen this exercise. This is a fantastic way to improve hip internal and external rotation. There's 2 separate positions that you need to be in for this one, so let's get started. Okay, so standing shoulder width apart, we're gonna start with an internal rotation restriction. So if you are restricted in turning the hip inward on the right, we're gonna place that right leg in front into a slight internal rotation. My weight is gonna be centered over that front leg. I'm gonna have my arms crossed across my chest, but for me today, I won't, just because I will block the audio to you guys. I'll just have my hands in front here. So you're going to bend your knees, coming down, inhale, I'm gonna get you to exhale, and you're twisting to the right. Hold for a couple of seconds, come back down, inhale, keep the weight on the front leg, exhale, and you should feel a nice stretch to the front and the outside of the right hip. Breathe in, exhale, and twist. This one's also great to hold on to something for more stability because again, it's not a balance exercise, it's for mobility. So if you have a chair or a countertop, use that when you're doing this exercise. Remember to keep the weight on the front leg. As you do 3 to 4 repetitions, you should start to feel like the hip is starting to loosen up or you're getting a little bit more rotation through the right. So that's a good sign that you're starting to increase your mobility in the hip. Now, if we want to increase external rotation of, let's say, the right hip again, I'm going to just turn the right foot into external rotation, so away from midline, placed in front. My weight is on that front leg. I'm going to breathe in, and then you guessed it, I'm going to rotate to the left. Come down, breathe in, and exhale. Breathe in, and exhale. Breathe in, and exhale. Okay, 3 to 4 repetitions. Okay, so like I said, if you have a restriction in internal rotation, bring that foot into internal rotation. If you have restriction in external rotation, rotate to the other direction. 3 to 4 times each direction, depending on where you're feeling limited. And you can do this one daily, and a great way to increase hip internal and external rotation. Okay, the third and final exercise is called 90-90 hip mobility. This is one of my favorite exercises to improve internal and external rotation mobility of the hip joint. It's pretty advanced exercise. There's ways to make it easier and harder. I will show you some of those modifications today. You don't need any equipment, but if you do need to make this exercise easier, it'd be good to have a pillow or a yoga block to assist. Okay, so let's get into it. You're gonna start having a seat on the mat. Your feet should be in a 90-90 position here with your knees and hips, and then I want your body to be nice and stacked over top of your pelvis. Keeping the feet where they are within this 90-90 position, you're going to lift your left knee up. Try to bring it across while keeping the right leg down as long as you can until you start to feel a pull, and then rotating across to the opposite side. And as you can see, now I have the 90-90 still on this side because I didn't lift my feet or modify the position. I'm staying nice and tall. I can have my hands behind me for support if needed. And then I'm gonna come back across, slowly bringing the knee out to the side and rotating the other leg across. So the right hip is an external rotation, the left hip is an internal rotation. If I want to get a little bit more of a stretch through the front of the hip here, I can drive the hip forward, then coming back, rotate the left leg out, and then bringing the right hip into internal rotation. And same thing here, can drive the hip forward too to assist that internal rotation. Now, if you want to modify this one, as I mentioned, you can use a pillow, or if you have a block at home, you can use that. You'll have a seat on the block. You're in the same position, hands behind you for support. And then you can just see here how it eases the tension in my hips. Lift the knee up. Your same principles apply. Keep the legs apart as long as you can. Rotate through, and then allow the hips to drop down, and then repeat the other side. Okay, so that's one way to make this one easier. To increase or make this one a little bit more challenging, I'm just gonna show you some modifications we can do. So when we're in that 90-90 position here, one thing that I love to do is to stretch the external rotators on the right side. So my right leg that's in external rotation is I will actually lean my body over the front leg, and I'll right away start to feel that stretch. I can come down, hold this position here, breathe into this stretch, just trying to allow the muscles to relax. I can hold this position for up to 30 seconds, come out of this one and rotate across, and do the same thing on this side. Come all the way down, hold that stretch for a few seconds, and then come back up. That's one way to add to the mobility exercise. Then the next thing we can do is we can advance it by doing a little bit more stability exercises where we work on lifting the front leg, getting more of that external rotation in the right hip, coming back down, holding that for 5 seconds. And then same thing here, doing internal rotation of the left leg, holding that for 5 seconds, slowly coming back down. Now, when you're doing this exercise, it's pretty common that people, when they're trying to do the internal rotation exercise, will get a spasm or kind of cramping in the hips. So I suggest you gradually start with that one, maybe only hold it for a second or two and try to integrate that into 10 repetitions. This one you can start 2 to 3 sets. It's a really fun one, give it a go. I just thought of another one actually to make it a little bit easier, is that windshield wipers or lying on your back, you can do internal external rotation, but you can also just gently do it from sitting here. So if 90-90 is still too much of an advanced exercise, you can just gently rock back and forth. That's another great progression. So those are the 3 hip internal external rotation mobility exercises to try to incorporate into your routine a few times a week. Exercise progression guidelines. When performing strength exercises during injury rehabilitation, it's important to follow pain guidelines to ensure safe and effective progression. Pain should generally stay within a mild range of 0 to 3 out of 10, where discomfort is acceptable but sharp pain is a red flag. If pain reaches a 4 to 5, modifications should be made, such as reducing the weight or adjusting form or shortening the range of motion. Pain should not worsen during the activity or linger for more than 24 hours post-exercise. Any severe pain, 6 or above, means that you should stop immediately and reassess. Gradual progression in load with a focus on form and pain-free movement is essential. Ensure that exercises help rebuild strength without exacerbating the injury. To improve hip mobility, it's essential to minimize static position, whether sitting or standing, for prolonged periods. One simple yet effective strategy is to take frequent breaks from your chair. Set an alarm to remind yourself to stand and move around for at least 1 minute on every hour. Additionally, focus on engaging your glute muscles, especially when transitioning from sitting to standing, as this helps to reactivate muscles that may have been underutilized. And lastly, stretching and opening up the front of your hips can help alleviate the shortened state caused by long periods of sitting, promoting better flexibility and movement. I hope you now have a clear understanding of how to improve your hip internal and external rotation and manage your pain effectively. If you found this video helpful and want to dive deeper, stay tuned. Just remember, there is always a way to stay functional and continue progressing even when dealing with an injury, pain, or setback. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tips on injury prevention and recovery solutions. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.